When is a great...
Wednesday night at 8:30.
Hawaii Public Television. KHET Channel 11 Honolulu, KMEB Channel 10 Wailuku. This is PBS.
Funding for the Frugal Gourmet has been provided by Incinerator, makers of the versatile steam and hot dispenser system for food or beverage preparation that calls for boiling water instantly. Incinerator, for cooks everywhere.
Funding also provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
How are you? Today it's more pasta from Italy. And today I want to, I'm not talking about leftovers, I'm talking about very simple dishes. But first of all, we have to remember that in Italy, pasta is a daily food. It's like bread was in the Old Testament times. It's absolutely basic to the diet. And the idea of having a meal during the day, sometimes it's 2 meals a day. Well, I'll tell you the truth, I've had spaghetti for breakfast, along with Channing while he's eating a cold pizza. You know, we do that sort of stuff. The pastas in Italy are always made from wheat. The pastas that you find in China are made from all sorts of other food products, beans, all sorts of things. But the Italians are ingenious at making odd shapes. And they'll make pillows, and belly buttons, and bow ties, and long elbows, and short elbows, all out of the same product. And somehow, they come up with a new sauce for each dish. So, today, pasta. Let's start with Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, most of the Italians are from the South. They're Sicilian. And this is a wonderful ravioli factory. The whole place is just a kick. They're making green, Superior Ravioli Factory, they're making green ravioli, spaghetti ravioli. And the gal that's doing the work in the foreground is Antoinette Ciccotelli. She's just a kick. And this is Mr. Tony Di Prinzio. I'm sorry to tell you that a month after we were there visiting him, Tony died. And one of the things I want to do today is to pay tribute to this man on behalf of his grandchildren, because he was a sweetheart. And as soon as we finish this, I'm going to send a tape to his grandkids. Tony and Antoinette work on a machine making ravioli that is 50 years old. Look at that baby. At first I thought, gee, that's ancient. I'm 54, so it can't be that old. Cranks those rascals out, she tears them off, and packs them up for shipment. They sell to restaurants all over town, as well as to the local fresh market. That's pasta, and it's Philadelphia style. They're very interesting people in that city. Wonderful Italian market. You've got to go there. Now, if you want a fancy pasta, then you go to Peck's in Milan. Here, well, let's see. Where's the price on that pasta, Smith? Here it is, here it is. It was 35,000 lira for a kilo. It's been reduced just for today to 22,000. Well, aren't we doing well? That's only about $14 a pound. Good. But it's all made by these wonderful cooks in the back, and it's sold fresh. I didn't know you were going to do that. This is so much fun. This is the back room with Peck's. No, I don't think you're going to get back there. It's probably not likely. But we have a guest today who's very Italian, and he gets me into these places with his charm. This is also in Milan. Now watch this. No machinery. All of these pasta pillows and ravioli and little stuffed tortelloni, tortellini, and gnocchi, all of this stuff is made by hand. you go into the back kitchen, and you can see these gals. This is what they do every single day. Watch her go. Roll it up, cut it off, dump, dump, dump. You wonder why you spend $20 a pound on this stuff? Well, that's an exaggeration, probably 15 a pound. But it's so good. And for someone in Milan, a dish of stuffed pasta pillows. There she's making a heavy, well, I guess you call those a big fat tortellini. Tortelloni, then. That's the tortellini are little, these are tortelloni. And all made by hand. Anyhow, a plate of these in the kitchen in Milan is a great blessing. Look at this one. Kind of a half crescent affair. I don't know what she calls those, but she's obviously filling them with cheese. This gal is cutting a pasta that will go into the front case, you see. Look how look at it. Now watch her. Everything is perfect. And then they gift wrap it for you. No, it's not a cheap deal. It's not macaroni and cheese, our style. It's a celebration of pasta that is simply first class. And I want you to think about, I'm not going to do any stuffing for you today. I don't stand around and stuff pasta much. I do make my own ravioli off and on. We'll do that in another pasta show. But today I just want to make some quickies for you. First of all, some time ago we made a tonata sauce. I'm going to make one for you now. It's a tuna sauce. Oh, enough stuff around here. This tuna sauce is just great. I have a can of, whoops, there it is. The lid's not right here. This is packed in oil. Normally this should be packed in water. I don't know how we got this one, but we did. This is very good Italian tuna. So we put a can, 6.5 or 7 ounce can of tuna right into your food blender. This is not a processor. That'll be too big. Just into a food blender. Oh, that stuff stinks wonderfully. Don't you love tuna fish? I'm going to make a tuna mayonnaise. That's what this is. And then we want 8 flat anchovies. And I've drained the anchovies. They were canned, you see, and I've drained the anchovies on a paper towel. That'll get rid of part of the oil, which is a very heavy flavor. And it'll be a little bit lighter dish that way. And then I want to add to that 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. And when you make lemon, whoops, come on, knife. Oh, I wasn't ready for you today. I always keep a knife on the counter so that I can grab it in a hurry, but I wasn't ready for you today. All right, we want 1/4 cup. That's about a whole lemon. I use a wooden lemon reamer. You've seen this before. Made it. Usually I don't. And I'm straining this because I don't want the pits in the lemon juice. So we have 1/4 cup. That's about right. 1/4 cup of lemon juice to our 8 anchovies. These are flat anchovies from Italy or Portugal. And into the food processor, no, into the blender, 2 tablespoons of brandy. This makes this a little bit different. 1, 2. Oh, I heard that. All right, doesn't matter. And then I want 3/4 cup of olive oil, but I'm going to blend that into this mixture thusly. Turn it on, and once it grinds up a bit, now we'll put in 3/4 cup of olive oil, and we'll wind up with a kind of tuna mayonnaise. Pour it in slowly, let it go. There we are. Bravo. Normally, this is used as a puddle of sauce for cold veal, vitello tonata. Boy, is that good stuff. I'm murdering the language, and my friend that's going to help us today is probably going to tell me to stop trying Italian. I'm awful at it, but that can't be helped. All right, now then, I want to add a few capers, little bitty capers. The little thing that tastes like a nasturtium seed. Don't chop them up, just let them dice a bit. This is going to go into our pasta. Now, I have some pre-cooked spaghetti. Actually, it's spaghettini. What's the difference? Spaghetti is a little bit bigger. The term spaghetti and spaghettini both mean string, but spaghettini is a little bit thinner. I like it better. All right, I'll just plop a bunch of this into the pot here while we go on to the next dish. Boy, that'll do it. That's not going to stop. Look at that. Spaghettini, pre-cooked, is sort of like a philosophy class in college. You know, the thing never ends. You can't get it to quit. All right, come on, heat. Go up there for me. I'll let that heat up, and we'll go on to the next one. This next dish is very, very simple, and I think very delicious. You remember, take a look at this. We made copanata a while back, which is an eggplant relish, a very delicious relish. And I've simply chopped it up. Eggplant, tomatoes, pine nuts. The reason I'm doing this is because one night, Craig and I were in San Francisco, and Lisa and Carlo Middione had us over for dinner. He runs a place called Vivande Portevilla. And he cooked some artichokes, and he put this wonderful copanata, this eggplant relish in it. Oh, they were good. So now I'm serving them with cold shrimp, and today I'm going to put them on some pasta. We'll get them out of the pot as quickly as we can here. Okay, linguine copanata. Here we go. I'm going to drain this one, and we'll put it out for you. Owie. Owie, owie, owie. That's about right. And immediately, I want to throw in another. And this one is linguine. And the linguine, as you can see, is a little bit flat. And it's thicker than spaghettini, which is thin string. Linguine is flat string. Are you taking notes? I hope so. All right. Here we go for our first pasta today. Tonato. In deference to my friend Carlo Middione from Sicily, I'm using a Sicilian bowl. Look at the fish. Isn't he a riot? Oh, I love this stuff. Okay. And I'll put a bit of tuna sauce in my pasta. There we go. Tonata. And of course, we're going to want some freshly grated Parmigiano cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano, and a little pasta, a little parsley over the top. And we've got the first one. I've got to hustle. You're not going to hear from Carlo. Maybe you're not going to hear from Carlo anyhow. So we're going to put linguine and cofanata together in the next one. Come on, stuff. That's hot. And I need a big bowl. Here we are. This one is also from Sicily. Look at it. It has a chicken in the bottom. Isn't that fun? There we go. And I want to put the cofanata in this. And you just stir it in, see? And you want to warm this with a little bit of olive oil and garlic and maybe a bit of white wine to thin it down a bit because it's terribly rich. But when you warm cofanata up, when you warm the relish up, the flavors just jump out of the bowl at you. There's a little bit of vinegar in this. It's sort of a sweet and sour thing. And some anchovy. Do you remember the recipe? Delicious. All right, here we go. Now then. Come on, get in there. There we are. Just a moment for the... This is a... I didn't show you that. I'll have to show you when I take it out of the pan. This one is very simple and very delicious. We're going to saute lightly some green beans that we've already blanched. These are already blanched. And some baby red potatoes that we've already blanched. They're just about cooked. And we'll cook those in just a little bit of olive oil for a minute. Just bring them up to heat. And we're going to toss this with pastel pesto. Now remember, pesto sauce is made from fresh basil and garlic, a little bit of pine nut, maybe some parsley. And it's a classic from Genoa in the north. I don't remember where we were. Craig, do you remember where we had this dish? I can't remember at all. But, oh, is it good. They put potatoes and green beans in pastel pesto. Wow. Wow. There we go. I'll just throw this together very quickly by slopping everything everywhere. There we go. And the potatoes and beans go into the dish thusly. And I want to blend. I want a bit of pesto sauce. Remember now, don't let your kids use metal spoons in the kitchen when you're working with glass. Give them these bamboo spoons or wooden spoons. or you'll have real trouble on your hands. They'll be chipping away at the glass dishes, and you'll be eating chopped glass. Nobody wants that. And a little cream. There. Toss all of that up, which I'm not going to have time to do, because I want you to meet Dottore Middione. Cheese on the top. This is so delicious. And it's really, the term whole meal is shortful. This is more than a whole meal. This is meal for you and the neighbor kids and everybody else. There we go. Craig, will you come and dish up your, you made a pasta and chichi.
Pasta e chichi.
See, what is it? I'll get a bowl here for you.
Okay. That's dried garbanzo beans.
Yeah.
I think there's some over here.
Show us, yes.
See those? They're hard like that. And soak these overnight, about 1.5 cups. And then simmer it in some chicken stock. Add some sauteed tomato and onion and garlic. A little bit of wine. And then some cut tube pasta called tubetti.
I've got some right here. I'll show you.
Okay.
This is another one. Here, this is tubetti, and tubetti, of course, means little tubes. You figured it out? All right, so you don't want to change your channel, for goodness sake.
And the pasta dried now. The pasta is not cooked when you add this to the pot. It goes in absolutely dry. In the last 20
It cooks
minutes,
in broth, then.
it'll finish up, and it'll thicken the thing naturally.
Oh, that's
Okay.
beautiful.
Now, to finish
Some oil
that
for
off, some garlic oil.
Here, there was a pan here. There we go. Okay.
This is nice. Just some chopped garlic or crushed garlic.
Toasted
Just
in oil.
ladle that over.
Isn't that beautiful?
That makes it really yummy.
Boy,
And
that's
then to
good.
finish it off, of course, some parsley.
That's a cross between a stew and a soup. It's really thick
This
and
is
rich.
the sort of thing that, this is a one bowl dinner, basically.
I believe it.
There we go, and some
I
cheese.
believe it. All right.
Very simple.
We got to clear the set. You know who's coming?
I'll send him in.
He's waiting. All right, go find him. He may be out on the deck. Carlo!
How you doing, Jet? Good to see you.
Both sides. He's Italian.
If I'd known you were doing the dishes, I would have come in to help.
You wouldn't.
But I didn't know.
You would not. Carlo, Carlo, you said something to me one day about, well, it's in your book, about pasta and necessity or something. What was the line?
Well, air and water and pasta. Those are the things that make Italians stay alive. It's really critical. It's one of the life vital things.
Air
Pasta.
and water.
And pasta. And without that, you can't have
It works.
southern Italy, you can't have Italians, you can't have anything. Pasta is very good for you, it's very healthy,
Okay.
but it's delicious. And it should be eaten on its own account, not too much sauce. And I want to compliment you for not varying pastas and sauce. I mean, sauce is good, but you have to have the importance of the pasta come through.
If you're going to
Otherwise-
compliment me, can I compliment you?
Oh, that's a great book.
Oh, stop it. Carlo Middione is the author of a book on the foods of southern Italy. Now, my copy looks a little shot, and I'm not going to tell you why, but this is a fine book. And he makes no excuses for the differences between the mindset of the North and the South. He simply writes first-class stuff. I love this book.
Thank you
I
very
really
much.
do love
I'm
this
very
book.
touched tonight.
It's
I like doing
Craig
it.
and I said on you, he's got funny stories in there, and it's good stuff. All right, things are bubbling away. What are we cooking? What are you going to do for us?
We're making some pasta maccherone. They're in alla maniera di Andria. Andria is a little town near Bari in Puglia. And the wonderful thing about this dish is that it has everything that you probably already have in your kitchen, except maybe some arugula. And we're going to have some penne pasta, which Jeff showed you earlier. And we're going to have some
Do we
tomato
get that
sauce, which
going?
yes, please.
Hey,
I
why
would
don't you
love
tell
it.
us about this sauce first?
Now, I have a tomato sauce here. I sauteed some onion in extra virgin olive oil, put a little touch of garlic in when the onions were done because I didn't want to burn the garlic. You have to be very careful of that. And then I put in tomatoes. You can use canned tomatoes. They're good. They're perfectly all right
You
to
don't
have.
use canned tomatoes.
When I can't get good fresh ones, I certainly
you?
do. Yeah,
Do
I
you?
don't. It depends on the quality of the tomato. Also, when
Craig,
you get
without
them,
peeling your tomatoes today, we don't peel tomatoes around here. That's high
well,
class.
okay, but the thing is that when you get tomatoes that have a very thick, heavy skin on them and they're kind of stretchy and all this, you have to peel them because they chew up. But if you have a good garden where you grow your own, you can just have
Okay.
the skins and eat them. Now,
So this is hot. You cook this for about half an hour.
I cooked the tomato sauce for half an hour. We pre-cooked a little of the penne here.
Penne?
We're going to
Okay.
drop those into the
You
water.
See, they call it penne because they look like a little quill.
Yes, and they
Penne,
also have
is that the
stripes
right-
in them.
is that what it means?
Penne, right?
Penne.
It means pen. It's a quill.
I
they
told
also
you to
have
come on
little-
and correct my Italian. Oh, you're disgusting.
I'll tell you a story about cecchi beans. It'll improve your Italian immediately.
Cecchi? I thought it would, oh, excuse me. Never mind, I
Okay.
don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear my story, but I'm going to tell you anyhow.
What
It's
is,
a
what
good
is
story.
this, Carl? What did you put in here?
This is arugula. This is arugula. This is a beautiful and very lovely tasting thing. You can eat it raw. It tastes a little bit like bacon, I would think, or pancetta.
This goes right into the
Goes
pasta.
right
The
into the
pasta's
pasta
already
water.
made. The pasta's barely
Right.
done.
But look at how beautiful
Oh, it's
that can be.
gorgeous.
You know, actually, I've often wondered why I couldn't just make this into a soup. It's that good. But what we want to do is simply cook this as a pasta dish. We're going to dish this out as soon as the arugula collapses a little bit, put our sauce on it, and then we're going to use some pecorino cheese, a very famous southern Italian cheese.
Guess what?
There it
you
is.
are.
Okay. Now, let me see. This needs to have about another...
I don't have any pecorino romano. This is.
Well, if you don't have
Parmigiano
pecorino romano, get some, because I
Oh,
tell
it's
you,
wonderful.
it keeps
it's gold,
forever.
isn't it?
It's ewe's milk, a sheep's milk
Sheep's
cheese.
milk.
And the thing is, you can buy a big block of it. It'll last forever in your kitchen. Don't worry about it. Just wrap it up in clear wrap, and you've got
delicious.
it going. Now,
Don't burn your hands.
I-
This crazy
okay.
gas stove.
all right. Now, I think this is going to be done
You
in
ready?
about...
Okay.
Yeah, in about... It's done.
Good, because we just got a sign that it's done, Carlo.
I'm all for it, believe me. Okay, I'm all for it.
It's a disgusting way to do it, but it's fun. You know.
Now, we want to leave some of the pasta water into the pasta,
Okay, well
because
then
otherwise...
get the bowl over here right away.
All right, here we go. You're doing good.
I am, eh?
Yes,
Okay.
okay, there you
Oops,
go.
all of the,
All of that.
all of the.
All
There's
of
one more. Now you're set.
Now in
You've
here.
got it, friend.
Okay, now, the thing that I need to have is one more of these to stir it around a little bit.
Give me
And-
the theory. Cool it for a second. Give me the theory about pasta water.
Okay, it's very easy.
You always say, don't
Save
dry
some
the pasta
water.
out.
That's right, because if you leave all of the water out of the pasta, then the minute the sauce gets on, it tightens up, goes into the pasta, and it really dries up too fast. This way, with a little water, it draws into the pasta, and your
Gotcha.
sauce stays
Okay.
nicer. Now look, I've tossed this a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to put some
Oh,
of
this
this
is
on
gorgeous.
here.
There was salt in the water, by the way.
Yes, you always
The water
have to
was
have
salted.
salted water, otherwise it just doesn't seem to be right. And then I'm going to get some of this wonderful pecorino cheese, which I'm going to put over the top like this. Now, you could serve it this way,
Carlo.
or you could mix it up.
That's just
I don't know how
beautiful.
people like it, but I sort of like to do this, and I like to take it to the table because the bowl is very beautiful. I think that's important to have a dish that makes you feel good, makes the food look good, and
Let
I
me
think
put it
that's
out
a
for
lovely...
you. Let me put it out here for you. Oh, boy. That's just gorgeous. Tell me more about pasta. When I go into your restaurant, you know, the minute the plane is banking into San Francisco, Craig leans over and he says, I'm trying to decide on the pasta. And I said, what are you talking about? We're going to go see Carlo. And our driver knows that the minute we get out of the plane, we go straight to Fillmore Street and to Bavandi Portavia and have lunch with you. Then Craig will go back to work. It's a very reasonable way to live. But you've got some odd theories about pasta. I want to hear some more about it.
Well, I think that
Being
pasta...
a Southerner.
In itself, it's very important, and you have to eat pasta as the mainstay of your diet because, as I say, I think it's a matter of economy, it's a matter of health, but you can also use bits of things to bring the flavor up. In other words, you don't have to have a whole beef steak. You could have one steak for 6 people if you have pasta somehow incorporated.
Give me the
into that.
thing about health again.
And,
That's interesting.
Well, the health is that it's made with fancy durum flour, pasta is, and water. And that's it. There's no salt, there's no eggs. Now, you can have egg fettuccine, which are wonderful, but they're for a little bit more opulent dishes where you might want to put chicken livers in, or butter, or cheese, or things like this. But for the most part, if you get commercial pasta, which is a very excellent grade and quality, you don't have to worry about anything except the quality of your water that you're going to cook it in. And that
We're in Seattle, remember that. We have good water.
Excellent water here.
You
I
don't
have to admit.
insist on fresh pasta every time.
No, absolutely not. It depends on the sauce, it depends on the mood, and also, like you did here, you can cook pastas ahead if you're very careful. Don't overcook them, because you can finish cooking and reduce your time. You have to be
I don't
very
like
careful.
to do that, but I do it when I've
Right.
got so many friends here, and they
Well,
want to see 5 pasta
absolutely.
dishes in the course of 17 minutes or something like that, Chuck.
I do
Yeah?
too.
Yeah.
Now, let me quickly tell you about cecchi.
Okay.
In 1282, there was Sicilian Vespers, and the Sicilian population, especially around Palermo, overthrew the French. And the way that they told whether somebody was on the Sicilian side or on the French side was they said to everybody in the street, say the word in Sicilian, ishi shitty. And if you don't say it like that, they lop your
Cut
head
your
off
head
right
off.
there. And it was the greatest massacre so far in history.
I'm not doing very well, am I?
Ichi chitty, say ichi chitty.
Ichi.
There, you're going to be all right. You're going to be okay. He's safe. He's safe.
all right.
It's good.
All right. Carlo Middione, Vivandi Portavia, San Francisco. Wonderful food. And he's fun to be with, obviously. Today we've cooked 5 different pasta dishes. One, pasta tonata, a simple thing. Pasta caponata, a simple thing. Pasta al pesto with potatoes and green beans. We found this in the north, too, in Italy. And then this is a wonderful dish of Ceci. Ceci.
Okay, you
Get
got
off
it.
my back, Carlo. I love it. And Carlo provided us with a dish with arugula in it. Pasta, tomato sauce, arugula, and first-class cheese. That's it for the day.
Thank you very much.
Awfully glad you're here, friend.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see your face.
Bye-bye.
He's a kick. And he's always there. This is not the kind of restaurant that you go into and look for the chef. I don't like places like that. That's it. We've had it. Our time is gone. Remember, Carlo said you don't have to have fresh pasta. Good quality dried pasta is fine, too. So, until I see you again with more Italian cooking, this is the Frugal Gourmet. I bid you peace. Bye-bye.
Funding for the Frugal Gourmet has been provided by Incinerator, inventors of the food waste disposer, the convenient kitchen appliance that eliminates food waste immediately. Incinerator, for cooks everywhere.
Funding also provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
This is PBS.